It's more like almost 50 minutes. And so if you're watching this on the replay, here are the buttons. And anyways, I was started this on Thursday. And this is the 999 show. And I'm doing a reproduction of the 2020 September wildfires in Oregon. There were two big ones that were both east and west of where I live. And I was within 10 miles of one when I took this picture here in the valley that I live in. And so you can see this is what the skies look like at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the lights were coming on. And so as you can see with this painting here, I am starting, I think I've got the sky color matched pretty good, but where I'm kind of off is the ground here. And I need to move this camera setup a little bit more like that. Okay, and then we have, I think I'm going to move this whole gig and stuff just like that. And so we're looking at this. Here's the sky, and the sky looks matched pretty well. But this is what the ground looked like through the light filtering through the clouds and through all that ash and everything coming down from the sky. It turned the ground red, and I have a bit of that red ground here. There's a stand of trees over here, and the colors on here look a little bit muted, a little bit muddy. They look a little muddy, and though in here you can't really see the too many details here, you can a little bit, and okay, it's what it is. I'm thinking what in there now. There is a fence in here, a fence post. Actually, the fence isn't there anymore. Just that fence post is. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put. Now there's these trees back here. I'm going to take those trees and I'm going to put them in the front here because I need to make this thing pop up off of the. Because the painting doesn't feel, it feels like it's just not, it feels just a little bit blah, a little bit boring, and I need it to pop off the page. That's what I'm looking at. But you can see when you looking it up here and you look at the colors in the sky, like the colors in the sky here, that these details do kind of come out. And so we want to be looking at that, and I can see here in this stand of trees. Thank you. Zara 155, thank you. Welcome. And so we're just going to be working on doing the finishing touches of this painting here. And so let's get crack-a-lacking. I don't know where to put this so you guys can see it. Maybe. Now you can't see it there. All right, it's off camera. And I think at this point in time, you guys don't even need to see it. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take, coming in here, I'm going to go in here with this yellow ochre here, and we're going to mix it in with this gel medium and thin it down with a little bit of water and a little bit of gel medium. And we're going to do a little thin layer of this color here. And I put it in up here, and to try to just kind of put it in these trees here, just to alter the color just a little bit, maybe texture it out a bit so you might think that there's more layers of trees here. And when it dries, it'll dry up pretty transparent, which is what we kind of want it to do. And I have earlier today, I put down in the same area, I put a thin layer of this reflex yellow, and I'm going to go into here and put this color in here as well, because I want it to change just the color of this green patch a bit here. And if you're just lurking and you're looking in, or maybe you want to come in and say hello in the chat, feel free to do that. And if you like the content, you know, push the like button and the sub button. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subs as soon as possible. I do have my hair dryer plugged in, so we will be doing some fast drying. Now, if you were doing this at home on your own, then you would really want to let these layers dry completely on their own, because when you're adding these thin layers of acrylic paints down, you get a much... Shang Slang, hello, welcome, Shang Slang, welcome. Elijah Romero, welcome. And so if you were to do this at home, you would want to allow the paint to dry completely. Boys, Slithering Boys Lover, welcome, hi. That's quite a name you got there. Okay. Welcome. All right, I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to texture it out. Just Elijah Romero, welcome. Well, you already came in. I already said hello to you. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to lighten up this red and make this a little bit better here. I'm hoping, I don't know, I think it might be a goner. I may have, you know, you can, with acrylics, you can go either way from you know, taking these opaque paints and go from lighter colors to darker colors and darker colors to lighter colors. Because good morning, thank you, good morning, Budweiser dude. Okay, yeah, I haven't had any alcohol in for like a year, not since I went on. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not because of any addictions, but just control my blood sugar. Oh, you're from Germany, yeah. My father was stationed in Germany in the 60s when he was in the service. Elijah Roman, yeah, thank you. And I have yeah, okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to... Yes, sir. I've been painting for almost a decade. Now, I'm going to rapid dry... I'm going to rapid dry this layer, and then I'm going to run and do a different layer because I want to do some more things. So, you like to paint too? So, if you want to just either... I'm going to mute the camera so I don't blast your ears out. Yeah, painting is fun, and this is my second painting session for the night. And I did a watercolor earlier, and I'm going to mute the camera for a second. All right, so we are rapid drying these layers. Yeah, so this is this is what the original colors is, and this is me, and this is what the sky looked like in September 2020 at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the outdoor lights were starting to come on, and the wildfire was less than 10 miles away from my house. And so we are painting a wildfire sky scene. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that color up like this, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up a notch, and I'm going to come in and take this reflex yellow. I've already put a layer of this reflex yellow down here, and I think we're going to add in. I'm on the west coast of United States. Yeah, so I'm on the west coast of the United States, and I am roughly, I live really close to Lincoln City, or Pacific City, close to Pacific City, and Pacific City is just near Tillamook, and so yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna put in this is reflex yellow, and I'm gonna add it in here as a means to try to brighten up the ground just a little bit. And we'll come back in, and I'll hit it again with the kind of patchy in here, light and dark spots. And so in your acrylic painting, you can thin your paints down with water. You can thin it with a glazing fluid, or you can thin it with gel medium. And right now I'm using a little bit of both, of water, and this is gel medium. It's a Liquitex gel medium, and so it's a little bit more fluid than, let's say, you were using a Amsterdam gel medium. And Amsterdam paints come in a tube like this, and this is the only, and this yellow here is this is a student grade series, but for the most part I'm using this brand, which is a professional quality paint. And so what I'm going to do next is I think I'm going to put in a little fence in here, and then I'm going to put a tree like right here on the side, and that should make this whole thing pop right off the page. And so that's kind of what I think should happen, and I think that's what's going to happen. And so we'll just put some more of this reflex yellow in the foreground, just to lighten up that, because no snow. Actually, it's cold here today. It's really close to freezing. All right. Thank you for being in here for a short time, and thank you for pushing the like button if you push the like button. Yeah, welcome. All right. So here we go, and I think I want to put some more of that before I hit the drying machine again. I'm going to put in this in here. There's some of this color in here, just to get things to stand out just a tad bit. Oh, you're very kind. You're very, very kind. Thank you for your kind words. You know, it's all about practice. And when you do art for YouTube, especially for live, I'm practicing all the time. And yeah, I practice all the time. And so with a lot of practice, I am getting I'm getting a lot of practice in. Just going to put in just a little bit of this accents, just so it's not so dark. And I almost feel like I need to put a thin layer of white down. I don't know if I want to do this. All time okay. So yeah, you're looking at I do a tremendous amount of practice. And that is the secret. And it's just kind of like anything else. Anything else you do, if you don't practice, you can't really master. And I don't really think I've mastered painting yet, because I've only been doing this for about 6-7 years, and I've only been doing a lot of practice with it for far less time than that. Okay, we'll take a look at this. And that put in a lot of light there. And so let's just see what happens. If I hit that, I'm going to hit the dryer thing. So you've been trying for 8. Well, you just got to keep on trying. I'm going to mute the camera for a second while we hit the hair dryer again. Okay, we got back on. I got the sound back on. So we were looking at it here. I got looking at it. I think I like that. I might at a later date come back in and just work some more layers of color. But for now, we're going to I kind of want to try a real thin layer of a more coming in here. I'm going to take a little bit of this titanium white, just a little bit. I don't want to use very much of this, because I don't want it to, I do not want it to like turn this thing into like a pastel-like color. And so we're going to come back in here with this reflex yellow, make a very sort of a lemony cream-like color, mix it in with just a tad bit of this yellow ochre, come in with more of this. Then I'm going to thin all of this stuff out. I don't like that. I don't want to change it to that color, though. That's the problem. I don't want to change it to that color. So I'm kind of worried about doing that. So let's just add a shit ton of water in here. Well, thank you. I am really close to 1,000 subs on this channel. My watch time, I do need a lot. I lost a lot of what, because your on watch time is for a period of 12 months, and so in September most of my watch time disappeared, and I'm rebuilding watch time. I think that is a color I might want to add coming into here, and I'm going to take a little bit of this. Is there any of that left in it there? A little bit of this red. No, I'm going to have to get some of this red from someplace else. And I think I'm going to use just a tad bit of this fluorescent magenta. Yeah, I'm going to use a tad bit of this color. And going to use this liner brush to mix it in. I don't want to use very much. My hobby. Yeah, I guess you can say this is a hobby, all right. I'm going to mix that in. That's how much I'm going to mix in. Just a little bit. Taking a bunch of water, and we're going to mix this in here. It's going to make it kind of a... There we go. Mix it in. And we're making a color. And it's kind of a very light color. It's thin. And then I'm going to mix it in with just a tad bit of... Yeah, I would call this... It is at a hobby level, but unfortunately, when you sell your work, and since I sell my paintings, I am actually have gone beyond the level of hobby, and it goes into a different level altogether. It's still hobby, but let's just see. I'm going to take this and put it in here, and trying to get a sort of a texturing like the ground a bit, and I'm going to just put it here. A little bit here and there and there. Not too much. Not really want to go overboard with this. And we're going to put it in like this. Let's go and dry again. We're going to go and dry this up a little bit with the hopes that it will it'll darken up because it is thin. So I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit the mute again and then turn on this my okay. Oh, I blew everything off. But yeah, I can show you that I was doing something, and I was being conscientious, and I wasn't blasting your ears out. All right, now we are going to go move on, and I'm going to build a darker color that's going to be coming up front. And is there any of this blue left, or do I need some? I think we'll just go in with this. This is bone black, and I think maybe instead of mixing it down with blue, we'll just mix it down with this yellow ochre. And we're going to be putting a tree in front, but maybe, that's right. I wanted to do that other thing to put in the background here, a fence post. And it comes about there. No, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm probably going to, we'll just put a tree out there. Let's just do that. I'm going to put in more of this stuff over here. And I'm going to make, I don't have any blue. So okay. I don't read German, I'm sorry. Let's put the yellow ochre in this. So it'll make it kind of a greenish tone with the bone black. You know, it's kind of gray. But that's okay. We'll make this as the first coat, coming in here, kind of a grayish tone, and I'm going to put it here. And okay, and coming up here, up about like that. Okay. Now we come back in and we will, I need a different color red. I do need to go with this Zilron Crimson here. And we're going to use this color in order to get more natural tones. And so when you mix Zilron Crimson with, I don't understand what, I mean, I don't have a I understand this is, I don't understand. I'm sorry. I'm going to mix it in here. I'm going to do a layer of this. I'm going to put this in here. Kind of getting a sense of a feeling here. A tree. We're going to build a tree up. I hope that you're not like a troll or something. No, just English only. Sorry. I don't speak German. I just apologize for only knowing one language. We're going to make this tree. Okay. I think I'm going to do it like this. And I'm going to do it this way. No dosha, just English. Sorry. And yeah, this is actually working as I imagined it would work. We are going to come back in here. We'll add this color to it. It'll brown it out. Oh, hand no good. Okay, all right. My trees are no good, huh? Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. And here we're coming in here. Just do a few layers here. It is going to work exactly as I was thinking it would. We come in and add these different layers in here. And you see how I'm using the flat of the brush here? And so this is a liner brush with the long bristles. And this is how you can really make a good, like for fir trees. You make really good fir trees by doing this. And I'm going to put some of this up in the bark like this. You use the flat of the brush. Oh, thank you. You use the flat of the brush like this in order to gain effects. And so there's enough layers of paint on here that this is actually starting to get some bark-like consistencies. And yeah, I like this. I like where this is going. I like where this is going. And come back in with this Zilron Crimson. No, I have not. However, if you go back, Blunkster71, if you go back into my old, then the very first year I started making videos, for Halloween, I did a Bigfoot and aliens episode. And that was a lot of fun. I did it as for fun. When I wasn't quite sure I knew where my channel was going. And here we go. This is actually pretty good. Tree here like this. My uncle, however, swears up and down that he's seen UFOs. So like my he's 85. When he was in the Air Force, a long time ago, he was operated the video. Well, he my uncle operated he was a radar man in the Air Force, United States Air Force, and he saw what he said was unidentified, what was flying saucers. And anyways, he talks about that. He talked about that a long time ago when he was younger. And he swears up and down that he's seen them too, in other places as well. Okay. No, I don't think he was abducted. I think he just saw them, he saw the radar images. He was stationed in Labrador, clear out on the eastern Canada. Labrador. Let me see. Where is Labrador? I know where it is, but let me see if I can find it on a map for you, and I'll show you where Labrador is. And Labrador. L-A-B Labra D-O-R Canada map. So my uncle, come on, give it to me. He was stationed in, I guess it was near Newfoundland. Can you give me the right map, please? The area. What is it doing here? Okay. So Labrador is going down on a spot to show where Labrador So the United States has Air Force bases over in this area, and when he was in this area, stationed in the Air Force in the 1960s, early 60s, late 50s, he saw on radar images what he saw said was UFOs. He would see things pop in on the on the radar screen, and then they would just like zip away and disappear. So now this fire here, this fire was really close to where I lived, and this was and so this is a wildfire scenes that was and so this painting here, yes sir, he is still alive. He's still alive. He's I don't see him very often, but he's still alive. All right, so what are we doing here? We are coming in here and we're painting this tree. Yes. And when he was a little bit younger, I think a few years ago, in my state, there's a every spring there is a UFO festival in it does, but this is my fifth painting session on this practice canvas, and I had an underpainting on underneath it, and so it also had an underpainting, and that the underpainting is when you're doing oils and acrylic painting is actually, it is something to really consider doing to make your paintings really just kind of pop off the page. And then the other thing is that you use, whenever possible, you use transparent colors. You use transparent colors. And the transparent colors, and you do it in layers, and I've done this has multiple layers down, thin layers of transparent colors, and that will give your paintings almost a 3D like effect. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to come back in here and zap it with my hair dryer so I can keep adding more layers of paint to it. So I'm going to mute the camera, and I'm not going to blast your eardrum. All right. There we go. Just to prove that I did use a hair dryer on this, I did. And I want to come up into it. I really want a different shade of paint here. I don't have any blue. I have blue, but my blue's hard. So what do you think? What do you guys think so far? Does that help bring out the color? Maybe I'll come back in here and change the color in here just a little bit. Just love the colors there. Kind of brownish, kind of, and yeah, it's kind of green over there. Maybe I need another tree. I think I might need another tree. Maybe one that's even, I don't know. I mean, I think it looks really good though. Maybe another tree will just ruin the whole thing. But I do think, and I'm going back to that reference photo, that's what the ground looked like. And now I have this cream color stuff here. I think I need to, yeah, I think I need to, let's just put this over here. Right here like that. Okay. And I'm going to work on this area a bit more. I think I'll use, yeah, I think I'm going to take that Azilron Crimson, actually I just want to do something that has a lot more light in it. A lot more light. And so I think we're just going to take this. I'm going to add it right into there. Yeah. Let's see if I can awaken some of these colors just a little bit. I don't want to do very much of this. This is a fluorescent, so it's like a reflective paint. And you can use these reflective paints in order to gain, you can use them to gain, just to add light. You're adding light onto the surface is what I'm doing here. And I'm going to mix it down with that color. It makes a nice shade. And so if we look at it, that shade here and that shade's pretty close. I think it needs more of the fluorescent. It needs just a tad bit more of this freight color in it in order to. Oh. Want to. There we go. I don't really want to use too much more of this, so I don't want to waste any, is what I'm trying to say. You want to minimize the waste of paint as much as possible. There we go. There we go. I think that color is almost a match. Look at that. It's pretty close. I mean, this is a little bit lighter. And yeah, all right. Let's thin it out a bit more. And so we're going to thin it with, this is, yeah, I'm going to thin it with this gel medium. I'm going to put a little bit of this gel medium over here. Put it in here, and I'm going to make it make it a little bit thinner. 12. So we're going to put it on here. It's kind of pinky. Yeah, okay. A little bit more pinky than I wanted it to be. Okay, anyways, we will come in and we'll put another color down in here. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah. Like and subscribe, that'd be great. We can put this down here like this, a little bit in here. Kind of blend it in. And then maybe a little over here. Okay, now I'm going to darken it up. I'm going to add another color. And we're going to add more of this Azilron Crimson to it, which I got a lot more of it over here. I'm going to put it in. And I'm going to darken this color up a bit. Just this. I might grab a little bit of this over here and pull it in here. And so I'm going to make the foreground less pink, less pinky, but I just want more light in it. And more light. Okay, I'm going to hit the hair dryer again because I want to dry this area up. Family, amen. Okay, all right. All right. Yeah, let's see what we can do here because I just don't, I kind of almost feel like I ruined the painting here. And I'm going to put this in here. Yeah. Okay. That's better. I'm going to hit the hair dryer one more time and I'm going to, because I want to do and put some more yellow in here. And I'm going to probably put the yellow right on top of it. And that'll make the layers kind of, this is your Da Vinci, this is your advanced painting methods here is what we're working on is more advanced painting painting methods. And you're layering and you're layering the colors in to change the color altogether. Okay. So here I want to make sure that all that red's out of there. I'm going to come back in here to this reflex yellow. And I'm going to run another layer of this stuff on top. And we're just adding various shades of hot colors together. And in order to create light, I'm adding light because in this picture, it's everything is kind of a lot of same, and so I'm really trying to bring out some. I don't want to add any white to it. I want to add this hot color to it. Yeah, bringing up the color and coming back in here and doing this. Be nice. I'm gonna dry this in. There it is. And you put that light in here. It puts light into the painting, and so now let's see when I dry it, and I'm going to come back in here with this. Just put some of that color right on it, and I don't like that. Maybe add a little bit of white. Just a little bit of that titanium white mixed on here too. It almost looks like this really lumpy grass. I don't like that. Okay, I'm gonna dry it again. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do here. Maybe I want to add some phthalo green to it. So earlier this evening, I did some watercolors. This was something I painted last week. Very first watercolor painting, and this is like my second watercolor painting ever. Just experiment. This is just a practice thing, an experimentation with watercolors. And so I just started painting with watercolors. This just like 1 week ago. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to, let's see. Do I want to do that? No. I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to take just a tad bit of this primary cyan. Almost feels like I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes when I'm painting on camera like that, it is exactly that way. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But we're coming in here with this. We're going to make green. You want to make some green. And I'm going to put it in that tree. I'm going to put it as a layer on top of that brown on there. Water, yeah. Thank you. I have some other ones that I've done. I can show you some of those. I have them here. Someplace. Or did I give all those away already? Anyways, so we're coming back. I got that paintbrush here. I'm going to be layering in this color back onto that tree. I think it doesn't, I don't think it needs another, maybe another tree over here. If it's over here, and it's like, I think, yeah, I think that might be good. This is just practice, so we're going to be putting this in here. Yeah, that actually is it is a tree color. It's a little bit too bluish green. A little bit too bluish green. But when it dries, it'll sort of blend in a bit. Let's just pull it out a bit. And all right, so we've done 2 hours of live streaming tonight, 1 hour with this and 1 hour with the other painting session. So, which must mean that it's close to midnight my time. You're happy? You find this really a happy thing? Yeah, thank you. I'm going to do one more live stream tomorrow, and I do my time. I'm doing after church. I do my after church chat. I'm going to be discussing at 12:21 p.m. Pacific time, Pacific like the same as San Francisco and Seattle, 12:21 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will be doing a little bit of a discussion on how I see the second coming. I have different views, but they're not different views historically. They're not different. They're not hit. People have had these views before in the past, and they all got killed by the church. 991. Yeah, 12:21 Pacific time. I don't know what that time is for you. And so I'm going to talk about how I understand the second coming which is not. I don't want to talk about it now, but I will talk about it tomorrow. I don't know what it is in douche time. Because I don't know what the time difference is. Okay, let's do a time converter here. Okay, yeah, 9:21 German time. 9:21 what? Okay. 9:21 p.m. German time. So at 9:21 your time, I have my last live stream of the week for my after church chat. I'll turn the camera around on my face and I will talk about the second coming. I'm from a Christian mystic viewpoint, not from a traditional viewpoint. I'm not, so I can go and I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. And here we go. I think I want to put another tree in. What do you think? I think I'm going to do that. Do I have enough paint to do this? Yeah, I do. I have enough paint. And so we're going to come in here and make another tree. You don't have enough black. Too much? No more? So it's fine like this? Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow at when it's just like right after church for me, I go to a Lutheran church, and I get home roughly about 11:30. I take my mom, and I grew up as a Lutheran, and then I've always been kind of on the Gnostic side. So I'm more of a mystic or a Gnostic, however you want to call that. I have a different views, but I do loosely follow. I'm going to put this in here because I think it'll work. put in a tree like this coming down here. You need to darken it up. Need some more black. So it comes out, stands out against the whole thing. Come in with this this stuff here. An instrument? Do I play an instrument? No. I used to play guitar, and I used to sing. I sang in a Catholic gospel choir a long time ago. When I lived in Seattle, I used to sing in a gospel choir. So there's another tree coming in here. They're roughly about the same height. And I am needing some more paint. I've run out of paint here. Yeah, I've run out of paint. I don't think I want to. Let's just take this off of here. So I guess at this point in time, I don't really want to waste all the paint out. So I'm not going to refill my pots with paint simply because I don't want to waste it. And this stuff costs way too much per tube to waste paint, because this is the last part of the painting session I'm going to do this week until like a few days from now. Fain hand? I don't understand Fain hand. You have Fain handy? Oh, okay, let's go this color now. Oh, that's Mars black. That's a heavy body. We're dealing with transparent paints. As you can see here, this is a semi-transparent paint. Let's just put it over here. Coming in here. So you can see this is the best way to make tree-like tree trunks and wood, because it brings out a lot of the irregularities and the randomness of wood and things in the natural world. Now, if you were actually doing a real fir tree, the branches in fir trees, they do not do this. They do not do this. They do not do this sloping down in nature. They don't look like this. In nature, I'm going to show you, I'll just go grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to show you with paper how in fir trees, how they put their limbs up. And so maybe not this one. I have a piece of scrap paper here. I should have scrap paper here someplace. Okay, we're not going to use scrap paper. We'll use my notebook here. So, in nature, trees, this is how fir trees fir trees have limbs like this. If you go and you watch fir trees and you look at them in nature, this is how they put their limbs up. When you are, and they do things like this, and if you were to mimic nature, this is how you mimic fir trees. And this is how, because this is how they grow for fir trees. And the only ones that slope down like this is cedar. Cedar slopes down like that. So the best way to learn how to paint fir trees is to go out in nature and look at them. And they put off these little tiny branches like this. And so you see here, this is how, and this is what fir trees look like in nature. And when you paint, and everybody does this, and I do it too, everybody does it this way, because this is what you see. This is what you see. You see this, but this is how trees grow. They grow this way, but this is how we tendency to paint them. So a little bit of a lesson on nature. Anyways, we are coming down here, and I'm just following suit. I'm just going to do it that way. And do it that way. I need, this paint's way too thick and heavy bodied. I need to thin it out. More water. More water. But I don't want to make it soupy. And so we can see by adding these two trees into the painting, I have made, so you understand, yeah. When you're painting, it's easier to do it this way than it is to do it that other way that I was talking about. But if you are painting big, if you're doing on a larger canvas and larger size, because this is just this is just for like 4x. This is a 5x7 painting, and in the format of this 5x7, doing it this way, everybody knows it's a tree, and everybody knows. And so you kind of put these things in here, texture it out like that, and it's you're taking something that's two-dimensional and you're trying to make it look three-dimensional. But like I said, and it showed you in that other drawing, if you wanted to be more exact, that's how you should do it. That's how you should do it if you wanted to be more exacting and mimic nature more better. And I'm going to come back in. Do I have any of this left? I'm going to lay it right in here. Right on here. So it textures it out and it makes it look like it's actual bark. And as you see, I'm using that flat of my brush. We're using the flat of the brush. And we're going to come in and back in. I'm going to do a shit ton of other layers here just to make it work out. And as you can see, by adding these two trees in the foreground, I have made this into a painting that pops off the page. And there we go. We have it. This thing's almost done. Just gonna finish this tree. And big bisque plug. What does that mean? You bisque plug. What is it? We have a English to German translator. It's not like this is, because I'm on a phone. I'm filming this thing on an Android phone. Hello, Robert. Welcome to finishing a Wildfire Skies painting. U-O-1-O-U. No. Oh, no. U-O. Bist. K-L-U-G. Let's see what it gives me for this. Translation into German. Oh, one of my lights just burned out. Okay, so I'm really I'm hitting. Oh, I'm smart. Oh, okay. I need another light here. I gotta change out a light. I think this light works. So, which means I'm kind of nearing my end of this painting here for what I can do. Because that means my other light is going to burn out really soon. So I don't have much time. I got like maybe 10 minutes, and then I gotta quit for the night. Or at least quit for you guys. I can finish this painting after I turn off the camera. And I'm going to be, I want to add some more of this color in there. For those out there lurking and looking in, and Bish Doos, yeah. This is the 999 show. And like and sub if you can, if you find this entertaining. And I'm going to put in work on trying to finish this tree as quickly as possible. Bish Dudesh. 12 likes. I haven't had 12 likes on a video for a long time. Okay. I want to bring that out a bit. There it is. These trees just are popping right off the page. Yeah. I'm kind of really happy with this. We'll see what it looks like in the morning after everything has had a chance to dry more. I think I want to bring this all the way down more. Like it's just coming. Yeah. About like that. Okay. And I'm going to have to clean this out. And welcome, Robert. I know I've seen your name before. And I need that blue. There we go. I didn't have to put the fence in. That would be like super tiny fence. Didn't have to do that. No needs to waste paint here. All right, what else have we got here? Have we got any more of that yellow ochre in here? I think that dark green color. Yeah. Okay. We are doing this. We are doing this, and let's extend it out a bit. Extend it out. A little drop of that. We'll make a paint. Make a pigment paint here. Mix all that in, and then we're going to be adding that up there. Okay. Yeah, okay, well, tomorrow we'll probably add some other colors to it. I have some other paintings that I got to start. And, all right, well, we'll just leave that held for review. It's probably something I don't want to read anyway. Trolls or something like that. You can always go back out to it in a couple days and on a desktop and see what it says. And come back over this with that Zilron Crimson and do another layer right over the top of this. Bear's Claws, welcome. Welcome, Bear's Claws from Cherokee Nation. I live very near a reservation. I live very close to Shaman Arts. Welcome. So I live, or where this picture was taken. It was very near within the Confederate tribes of Grand Ronde. Near, and I probably shouldn't have said that, but I did. That's where the picture was taken. Here we come. We can salvage this thing. Let me give it that welcome. Give it that 3D effect here. We're coming back in here. Do I have any more of that red in here? Make that color. I want that color. This Zilron Crimson. Lisa, I can't pronounce that name. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I have troubles. Hike around with my dogs. Yeah, you know what, Bear's Claws, in my area, there's too many cougars to go hiking around. And then my little dog is, I'll show you a picture of my dog here in just a second here. I have a picture of my little dog. I think I have it in this device. I should have it in this device. I can go into my Facebook account. Well, I still have one. I want to get off of Meta altogether, which is something I'm going to do. So if I go look at some of my other paintings, this here is me when I used to work. I worked as a wildland firefighter as a kid, or in my 20s. This is my dog. This is my little dog. This little Pee-wee. It's a long-haired Chihuahua. And It's just a 10-pound dog, and little Pee-wee's not a big fighter for fighting off those cougars. But anyways, so we'll put this layer down and kind of that really bluish green color will yeah. Well, thank you for coming in. And this painting is from I took out as a picture from that I took in 2020 of a wildland fire that was near where I lived, and it is and the fire is about 10 miles from this location. But I'm changing the picture a lot so that it kind of pops off the page a little bit better. So we're going to come in with this color. Maybe a little bit more of this over here too. Hike around with your dogs. Yeah, I just love dogs. I love the little doggies, all the little doggies of the world. Oh, thank you. Well, Bob Ross is one of my heroes. Bob Ross is one of my heroes, and you know, Bear's Claws. I just started painting about 2016, and I actually don't know how to. I don't really draw very well myself. So you could learn how to paint. There's no reason why if you want to paint, there's no reason why you can't learn how to paint. That's what I'm trying to say. There's absolutely no reason why you can't do it. And so I'm going to come over here with that. Make it look it's kind of more bigger, closer up. And I think I want to come in and do one little bit more. There's not much more I can do because I put a lot of color down here. I may need to, and I don't have much time on that other light anyway. I want to put the problem is when you get out like doing like this much, you can only put so many layers of paint down before it starts to turn to mud, and so you gotta either let the layer of paint dry, which you do have to let it dry, or you can cheat it like I am gonna do here and hit this with a hair dryer, and then I'm gonna do one final bit of paint on it. And I'm not gonna blast your ears out. I'm not gonna blast your ears out. I'm gonna be considerate and mute the camera. Okay, now I can come in and do a final layer, and I'm going to do it with yellow ochre. And to put it in here, it'll add a little bit of light to the into the tree. And then I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get off because I've been on here for 90 minutes, and so that makes actually 2.5 hours of painting for tonight. That's kind of lumpy here. Okay, well, we need to thin it down a bit. I got some gel medium over here. And I'm kind of running out of things to say. Because being kind of an introvert, it's not that easy for me to ramble on like this for hours and hours. Unless you guys are asking me a bunch of questions, and then I can ramble on for hours and hours. But here we're bringing this in here. The light on the front side. Though at this time of the day, the sun's over here, but that's okay. You couldn't see the sun this day. And so the day that I took this picture was 4 o'clock in the afternoon during a wildfire, and the outdoor lights were coming on at 4 o'clock. And this is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the outdoor lights are coming on. And that's how red that sky was. It was red skies and I think I did a pretty good job of mimicking that sky color. And okay, let's get this out of the way. Kind of bringing it in here. I'm kind of really curious to see how this will work once the paint completely dries. It'll be like tomorrow. And then you might call it finished. I've added a bunch of light onto it. And that blue will just sort of blend into the background, and which is good. Blend right on in. And so, anyways, if Bear's Claws or anyone you ever decide to pick up painting, my best piece of advice for you for beginners is to balance expectations against reality. And that is one of the most important things you could learn. And in the art that I did take in high school, that was like 40 years ago, no one ever mentioned that. But balancing expectations against reality is so important, and I'll tell you why. It's because what you see in your head, what you envision in your head, will never match what goes down on the canvas. It's never going to match. Especially when you're first starting out, because what you see in your head and your ability when you're first starting out are just two different things. They're just two different things. And so what happens to a lot of beginning painters is that they don't balance expectations against reality, and they give up too soon. So that is And it's not just painting, it's writing, it's photography, it's everything, including vocational things as well. If you're learning a vocation, or if you're learning how to be a bartender, you're learning how to be a server, you're learning how some other jobs, maybe a programmer or something, you always are going to feel like your ability is greater than what it is. And so, and only with lots and lots of practice can you make expectations and reality match. And that is just all about practice. Practice, practice. And here we are. I'm kind of at the end of it here. And I'm going to sign it. I'm not going to, at this point in time, we're just going to use a Sharpie. I'm going to put my initials on it right over here in the corner. WJL 25. There we go. This is done. The bad, thank you. And so, once more, I'm going to take that picture out. This is the picture I took, and this is my mat. This is my, I didn't paint it exactly right, but I wanted to make it stand out. And that is the picture. And I still got some paint in here, so this here is a watercolor tray, and I'm using a watercolor tray for acrylics. So you gotta make sure, because you don't want like all your paints to dry out. I'm gonna put a little of this cling film on it, wrap it up really, really tight, put it in like that. I'm gonna just take this and then cover it up there. And so we'll just take a look here. That's the original picture. And we are looking at, if you're watching, like what you see. There's some buttons that can help me out. And where is that? And so if I look at, this was the sky in 2020 in September. And this is, the pictures were taken within less than 10 miles away from a wildfire. And this is 999 show art night. So I wanted to thank everybody for pushing the like button. Thank you for your support. If you push the sub button, thank you, the bad. Thank you, Bear's Claw. Thank you, Shaman Arts. Thank you, Robert Hyder. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you. Who else came in here? Bridget from Germany. There's someone else. Thank you, Bunkster71. Thank you, another butt for chair. And who else? Who else came in to say hello? Bridget spent a lot of time here. Thank you, Elijah Romero. Romero, yeah. Thank you. Let's come on down. There's a lot of chats in here. Thank you, Slytherin boys. And I think that's everyone. Thank you, Shang Slang. Thank user 155. And thank you everybody who is lurking in at this moment. And I will be back tomorrow at 12:21 p.m. Yes, yes, sir. And other people built this country too. And Chinese helped to build this country. Lots of people built this country. Yes. Thank you for tuning in to the 999 show for Art Night, and I'll be back tomorrow at 12:21 p.m. Pacific time for my after church chat. And I will be that's my next show tomorrow, after church chat. And on Tuesday at 2 p.m. it'll be coloring the tarot with Tarot Your Way. And then on Wednesday at noonish it'll be coloring the tarot with Care Bear Bard of the Cards. And that's all I got for you tonight. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.